Correction is that branch of the administration of criminal justice charged with responsibility for the custody, supervision, and rehabilitation of the convicted offender. Institutional correction. This approach provides incarceration and rehabilitation of offenders who are sentenced by the court to serve the prison term after conviction of a criminal offense to a prison institution. Classical school. The punishment approach is retributive and punitive in nature. Its imposition is standardized in proportion to the gravity and nature of the offense. This approach stresses on the crime and not on the criminal offender. Neoclassical school, the punishment approach is no longer punitive. It is imposed on some lawbreakers but not on others. It argues that since children and lunatic persons cannot calculate pleasure and pain, they should not be regarded as criminals. Positivist school. This approach views crime as a social phenomenon and attaches importance to the criminal offenders. The concept of guilt is substituted with that of social behavior. That incurable is to constitute a criminologist hospital. Rehabilitation is the aim of this approach. Retribution. Punishment of the offender was carried out in the form of personal vengeance. Example, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth philosophy. Expiation or atonement. This was in the form of group vengeance where punishment is exacted publicly for the purpose of appeasing the social group. It gives the community a sense of moral superiority. Deterrence or exemplarity. Punishment gives lesson to the offender by showing to others what would happen to them if they violate the law. Protection. By placing offenders in prison, society is protected from further criminal depredations of criminal. Reformation. Letting the offenders undergo intensive program of rehabilitation in prison to become a law-abiding citizens and productive upon his return to the community. Jails are institutions for the confinement of untried prisoners and sentenced prisoners serving imprisonment not more than 3 years. Jails are administered by the local government. Prison are institutions for confinement of sentenced prisoners serving imprisonment for more than 3 years. Prisons are administered by the state or national government. Penology is the study of punishment of crime, a branch of criminology dealing with prison management and the treatment of offender. Punishment is the imposition of penalty to produce satisfied suffering on the offender so that the society is justified in making him suffer for his wrongdoings. It restores the balance between pleasure and pain. Counseling. It is a relationship in which one endeavors to help another understand and solve his problems of adjustment. Counseling implies mutual consent, and as used in working with offender, encompasses the personal and the group relationship undertaken by the staff.